the football tussle. And it was a great weekend anyway. It had everything anyway from long marathon, cup final, penalties, VAR in the league, you name it, all over the table there still. Anyway, let me not forget my fellow tusslers. Of course, me, CIC. Then you got Grand Champ, and then also AY Footy, the regular tusslers here. And also, for the new people that are subscribing and the viewers, I hope you will still keep viewing and also subscribing, because we need you.
Yeah, definitely needed.
Thank you, guys. The tussle won't get any better or bigger without all you people out there, tuning in and also sharing.
Yes, indeed.
But anyway, enough of that there still. Let's get back to what we're here for. And what we're here for still. And then we start off with the biggest game of the weekend. We have to, because it was a cup final anyway. Even though it's a Carabao Cup, it's still silverware. You're too excited. You're too excited, man. I could tell you. You're too excited. I'm trying to hold back. You're too excited. Anyway, you're too excited. I won't start with it. I mean, I won't start the talking, but I'll let one of you fellow tusslers talk about the marathon. Battle at Wembley that had everything. So who wants to start on that one?
I enjoyed that game. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Like you guys.
Oh yes.
Always jumping on Chelsea's attacking and defensive. So
that game was banging, man. That game was that's one of the best 0-0s I've seen in a long time.
There you go.
In a very long time, and I also feel Chelsea got cheated, but hey, that's
but for me, They got cheated. Well, as I follow on with what Grand Champ says, and quite a few other people said it well, not just a few, quite loads have said, you don't normally 0-0s, they're rubbish, they're boring. But this one, you couldn't leave your seat there because it had everything from how many goals did Chelsea get disallowed?
About 3 goals.
As I said,
3 goals.
And as I said previously, football tussle episodes, Liverpool are the kings of the offside trap. When it works, it's wonderful. Obviously, when it doesn't, you're made to look like a fool. But they've got it almost to an art.
I'm sorry. No. For me, that Lukaku goal, I don't get this offside angles. That Lukaku goal, surely, man, you can't be offside with your forehead. Like they did, the way they tried to do the line with that was poor. He was banging, even though that was poor, man. Because first of all, they started season with
your forehead.
No. But the thing is, the boys been playing on the floor. Okay, in that situation, you're not going to score with your forehead. You wouldn't score with your forehead in that position. So for me, I feel like Chelsea got cheated that game. That goal should have stood. Kepa should have got sent off. The final Chapaloa. He should have got sent off. The Lukaku one, it can either go either way because it was so tight, as you said. Normally, what they normally say with them, VAR nowadays, and what the law is, you normally go with the attacker, but nowadays, VAR. The rules change every day. It's a bit like Michael Massey. It's a bit like Michael Massey in F1 there. They make up the rules as they go on. But going on to Keita's tackle there, missed time there still. He blew himself. But for me, I think Is that red?
Yellow. I'm done. Don't be done, guys. Listen, both players had their feet.
No way, and that is so biased of you. My opinions of you right on this show has even gone far down for you to say because you're a Liverpool fan, you want to argue and that's not a red card. Jack has been sent off many times for that as a red card. So many of them. So many of those. In fact,
the thing is, we're both legs high. Were both players' legs high?
Both legs were high, but Chapaloa was there first. It was there first. Okay, so forget that both legs high crap. You're saying it's a yellow card. Get out of there, man.
It's a red, but obviously, like I said,
get out of there, man.
The cup final, and they don't want to give that kind of decision.
Look. You could have the cup final because you won it, but for me,
if I was the one doing the trophy and writing the name of Liverpool, I'll put some asterisks on there on the star.
Stop that!
There was no way Liverpool should have won that game clean.
But Liverpool had their chances to win it.
At the end of the day,
Chelsea had chances.
Yes, but you can't put asterisk there when things are happening out of Liverpool's control. Liverpool don't control the referee or VAR, so the asterisk has nothing to do with what's it called. The Liverpool won it there. If the officials didn't do their job, you can't blame Liverpool there.
No. Yeah, go on.
It's true. You can't blame them. But for me, it was a wonderful game. Mendy there was superb in goal there. Man of the match, definitely for Chelsea. And for me, Diaz, as I said last week there, he's just been wonderful. It's just like a new suit or a new tire in the pit lane. You just put the tires on the car and it goes out even more smoothly. Look how he's hit the ground running. He had Chabaloa all over the place, and he had the old goat, what's it called, Asaqueta, having to show up saying like this, I'm off.
Relax. Chabaloa had not played in that many games now. He's been on the bench for like
and he did that as well.
He just came back from injury. Stop getting excited. Chelsea had clear. Chelsea was slicing you guys like sliced bread, man. Trust me.
They were.
Chelsea were eating Liverpool like brioche. It was nice.
I agree.
Nice. Slice. Yeah, but they didn't have the finishing touches on the brioche. That's the problem. It's still a bit bitter.
It's like that cup final against Arsenal and Man United. I can't remember what year it was. Man United
2004, 5, I think so. Yeah, and we went on penalties. We won on penalties. No. But the fact is, we got dominated. But Liverpool, that in a cup final, I'm sure, get those decisions right, man. There's no way they were telling me that's.
You have to ask
there's no way.
About Mount. Man. Look at Mount. Especially the second chance. How can Mount, if you're a Chelsea fan, how is Mount not getting that on target? It hit the post. He was clean. He had a good game, but then you could say he had a poor game because he didn't take those golden opportunities.
No. For me,
golden opportunities.
For me, this is just showing. I mean, if Tuchel should just, if I'm Tuchel, I wouldn't mind the way we lost. I wouldn't mind.
A lot of Chelsea fans don't mind. A lot of Chelsea fans don't mind the way they've lost.
That defeat, I would take so much faith from that defeat because for me, even though Liverpool
and maybe the Champions League.
For me, even though Liverpool were threatening, I thought that Chelsea were the better team on the day.
Well, that's football. If you don't take your chances, it can come back and haunt you there. There you are. That's all I can say. Liverpool had a goal ruled out there still. They said that Van Dijk was interfering and pulling there still.
It was.
There. But anyway, moving on quickly to the what did you think of Thomas Tuchel's tactical so-called, or him and his technical team tactical decision to bring on Kepa for man of the match, Mendy there?
I think that's stupid. I feel sorry, AY, I'll let you speak one second.
Go on.
I'll be real quick. I feel like it's very stupid. Mendy has been sensational. Mendy's won the best goalkeeper of the year or wherever it is. Mendy just won the flipping AFCON. Mendy's on superb form. You're telling me your number one goalkeeper who's winning all these accolades and awards for being a great goalkeeper, who's kept you in the match. You're telling me, and he's a much bigger keeper, he's taller than Kepa. So you're telling me that he can't save a penalty just because you brought in Kepa last time and the thing worked and you thought it was going to work again? Get out of there, man.
It's just for I think it's just for the Hollywoods anyway, because the guys will be getting is shine in the team. So this is a chance for him to make a name for himself, but in a different way. Do you understand? Skying the ball, scored so high. It's just ridiculous.
For me, For me, it was. I know he's had previous ways, made penalty saves there. Yeah, that's fine. But as you said, Mendy is on such high confidence. He was involved in a penalty shootout to win Senegal, the AFCON there still.
I don't get it, exactly.
Is it a short memory for Tuchel? And then the confidence that he will go into that game, into that shooter, as you said, he's taller, more big, presence in the penalty area. It's a bit like Donnarumma for Italy there still. Bigger the goalkeeper, and there's more chance of his presence putting people off, because Kepa. Yes, you say you want him to save a penalty. The guy didn't even save none of the 11. Can you imagine? One of the worst ones was Kanute's one. It went straight through him.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like it was a good penalty issue because
it was excellent.
Because Keller didn't say no penalties either.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about Keller, does it?
No. I'm saying it was.
Ask you guys.
It was a good pen. It was a good pen shooter.
Have you noticed the pen? Sorry, the pens pen lately have been going all the way to the goalkeepers or something. You guys like that? I think it's boring sometimes. I think
what it is, it's a sign of some. I would say 80% of it is good penalties, and some of it is poor goalkeeping because some of them, as I said, the goalkeeper should have saved. Especially like the Canute one, he should have saved. I think there was one from I'm trying to think who from Chelsea Keller should have saved. I think it was Chabala's one there. The goalkeeper went the right way, and Trevor's one he could have saved it. But for me, at the end of the day, Kepa came on to be a hero. Next minute, he ended up a villain. How can you not tell me that he took his penalty like he was taking a goal kick or something? For goodness sake, or rugby conversion.
He should have scored a try.
Or the Super Bowl that was last Sunday. Maybe he thought he was in the Super Bowl.
For me, well done to your goalkeeper. Well done to the Liverpool goalkeeper.
Thank you. For me, not being biased, but I think for Liverpool, not being biased, even if I wasn't a Liverpool fan, I would say that Liverpool are supposed to be in their golden era. They need to be winning more trophies for the type of squad and quality that they got. So for me, well done to Liverpool to add more silverware there still, because you've got a great squad there, and these players deserve more medals there. Winning medals, and that's one medal there, and we got the chance of making history, quadruple. Even though it's very hard, it's a long shot.
Look at the cheek on this guy.
Still in the chance of doing it, yes or no?
Look at the cheek on this guy. Look at the cheek on this guy. Look at the cheek on this guy.
I'm not saying competitions. Yes or no? Is it a lie? Yes or no, Grand Champ? Yes or no?
Remember, you have Chelsea and Man City to battle, though.
There you go. But anyway, well done to Liverpool. Coming through that marathon. Session of 90 minutes or 120 minutes plus the extra minutes for the penalties. But good on them still. Well done there. But let's move on to let's move on to the Premiership there, and the drama, the high drama at Goodison Park. I was going to say the Hockey Corral or whatever. That's the Western. But what do you think of that shocking decision from VAR? And once again, it's the two clowns together, the Lauren Hardy of Chris Kavanagh and Paul Turney.
Look, this is the thing. I'm just gonna be quick on this one. It's like, you see, when you're on top, most of the decisions go straight to you at the end of the day. That's what happened.
Which is wrong.
What happened with that Man City one, So it's unlucky to Everton.
It didn't only affect Everton. I think let's forget Liverpool aside. Everton that are fighting for their life for to avoid relegation, because they're only one place above relegation or whatever. That was a chance. There's no guarantee you're going to score the penalty, but at least give them the dignity to have the penalty. For me, you could see from the reaction from Cancelo, he knew he'd done wrong, and then he moved his arm to control it as well.
Yeah, it was Rodri. Yeah,
Rodri. I'm sorry. That called. That that you could tell from the reaction that yes, I've done a bloomer here. What is the referee going to do, or what's VAR? And the worst thing is, it took over 2 minutes for VAR to come to their decision, and you still came to the wrong decision. My goodness, it's bad enough the referee missing the play because he might have been blocked or whatever, too fast for him. I asked questions about the linesman as well. There's too many questions here, and then one more. The reason, obviously, VAR didn't call the referee over is because they said it was inconclusive. But for me, call the referee over to the monitor and let him have a word. Because that is, for me, is worse. I don't know which one's worse. The one that Man City got against Wolves, which was higher up on the arm.
That was a joke. This
worse. They're both
you know what? This one is worse. And I'm just going to say...
This one is clear,
Yeah.
It was so clear, and for me, VAR, I'm going to say this, VAR is a bit like FIFA. It's corrupt.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It looks like they want Man City to win the title.
No. Cut it out, because Liverpool got a good... The VAR didn't do the job in the final. But for me...
When we played Spurs a couple months ago, Kane almost broke Robinson's leg. We didn't get no VAR call there.
Yeah, but I told you this as well. How many times has Arsenal had players set up with Ketia, Maitland-Niles? jack up for those stamps. But Liverpool got away with that in the final. Anyway, back to Man City.
Have the reputation. That's why.
But that doesn't make sense if you have a reputation.
Anyway, go on.
But back to Man City.
Anger strong today.
It's the truth. But back to Man City, I would just say that was just pure corruption. Not just literally the bigger man bullying the lesser man. That's what it was. Facts. I don't want to talk about how good Man City were or the chances they had.
The thing is,
I don't want to talk about.
They weren't that good at all. It was back-to-back games. I mean, they lost to Spurs before that, and obviously came into this game under pressure. They didn't play that well. The only thing is that Everton, when they did have their chances, they just didn't have enough quality in the final third to score. This game, just forces it. There's no need for Maris. There's no need for Maris to get dropped and play Bernardo Silva. Yeah,
there was no need for that.
Honestly,
it's the high source, the confidence, isn't it? Go on,
if they don't win that league, that's what I'm saying. If they don't win that league this season, honestly, I'm gonna go straight to Pep and be like, "Come on, you have everything you could have won this league with. You're just messing around." Like,
for me, what's it called? For me, they shouldn't be with the squad that Liverpool's got. What's it called? Maybe not in the same expenditure, and also especially Chelsea, even Man United, but Man United are far behind. They should be challenged. This shouldn't be like Bayern Munich. It shouldn't be like I mean, not even Scotland because it's more of a challenge there. But it shouldn't be like in Germany where they're walking away from it. They should be challenged there anyway. But anyway, let's see what happens.
I was looking at the goal difference. Your goal difference is clear ahead of them. Like
that's why I'm hoping that if Man City don't drop no points, Liverpool don't drop no points until we play them on April the 10th. And then for me, it might as well, that game might be winner takes it all. But anyway, it's still a far way to that game anyway. But let's move on to other games that happened on the Saturday.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's move on, as you said. What's it called? Let's talk about Leeds versus Spurs. This was the end of what's his name? Bielsa, what's it called? The guy. Well, I call him the guy that doesn't speak English. It was the end of it. At least his interpreter can now have an extended holiday. I'm out.
Talking about that, they should let him take over for the rest.
I don't need to speak anymore. That's what's happening now.
They should let him be the assistant manager. I don't understand how you can be in the league in 2022 and you can't speak English.
Guys, everyone is welcome of all different cultures, races.
Oh yeah, I agree.
No, it's not.
At least know something. At least know a few words there, for goodness sake.
Let me explain myself.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm talking about, look, like the game is very hard. You need to win, and you're in the dressing room. You need to speak straight English and show your passion and let these guys.
But the thing is, they're not all English. They're not all English players. So what are you saying now?
Well, I'm sorry. When you're in Rome, act like a Roman. When in London, act like English. But anyway. That aside, regardless of that, anyway, which is partly, but for me, the guy is one of the most stubborn, managers in the Premiership. Yes, you can have your philosophy, but if parts of your philosophy, like Bamford, Harrison, Phillips, Cooper, the defender, if part of your jigsaw puzzle is falling apart there, you have to try and have a plan B. Going into games and losing 6-0, 4-0, 4-2, 3-0, 6. I'm sorry, this is no basketball or whatever.
I know.
All you see him doing on the side of the pitch is like he wants to do a number 2, for goodness sake.
Some
of us younger guys can't kneel down that long. I'll give you credit for that. But apart from that, what else is he doing?
Wow, you finished it.
I would say something though. If games do go down though, they would cash in a lot of players on their players.
Yeah, Rafinha definitely gone. Rafinha's definitely gone.
No, it's
Phillips.
It's definitely gone.
Harrison possibly. What about your goalkeeper friends?
No. I said that guy should have been replaced long time ago. You don't have a young. Listen, you have a young goalkeeper in goal, but the amount of goals he was conceding, he wasn't commanding that backline. I feel like Leeds missed Phillips so much. Like it's no coincidence that he's missed quite a lot of games, and he's definitely they've been shipping in even more goals. But for me, I would say one thing about Bielsa, man, and I'll just leave you as that. Bielsa just reminded me. I'm sorry I don't want to offend no one, but Bielsa reminded me like he's got a bit of dementia, that he couldn't remember he couldn't remember that he was losing every week 4-0, 6-0, 2, and he kept on doing the same thing. I don't know.
He's an old Messiah there.
He's an old dude, man.
Maybe can forgive what's it called Tramp there still. I think there's a bit of tongue in cheek there still.
He's tongue in cheek.
Send in your comments there still. But for me, what's it called? They've already announced that what's it called, Jesse March or whatever his name is, some unknown whatever. He was in the MLS.
I ain't in the front. Who is he? I ain't in the front. I don't know what I don't know.
I've not heard of him. I just had to Google it quickly. He's managed what's it called, Red Bull in what's it called, New York, whatever, in America, MLS, and also he's managed Red Bull Salzburg. So he's got quite a link with Red Bull there. And the way Leeds play nowadays, maybe he should get them to drink it. Give them wings. Give them wings to fly up the table, for God's sake.
Yeah. Crazy.
Maybe that's the only good thing he's good for. But anyway, seriousness aside there still. The thing is, they were talking about Big Sam. Big Sam's time is done. You don't need that relic and dinosaur. For me, you bring someone that's a bit more modern, that has a bit more of the Premiership, what's it called, know-how. I don't know how far this guy can try and stop the rot. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks anyway still. But going quickly over to Spurs, as I said, I think last week or the week before, if there's any team in the Premiership that after you've lost a couple of games that you want to play and you know you're going to get guaranteed goals and 3 points, it's Leeds. So Spurs are so fortunate that Leeds was the next game for them, and it was a walk in the park for them. And Song and what's it called? Partnership has broken records now for the most combination of goals and assists or whatever.
Is that the best partnership in the league?
Yes.
In Premier League
for stats, but for trophies, it's 0. And that's what counts, trophies. They can have the accolades, but if you're not bringing nothing to the trophy cabinets, stuff it. But anyways, anyway, what's it called? We're moving on to the following games in what's it called in the what's it called on Saturday. Was there a game on Friday? Let's have a check. Yes, we had a game on Friday, which was informed Southampton against struggling Norwich. Once again, Southampton, they're on fire nowadays. They're not easy team to play home or away. And then what's it called?
They're on fire. I mean, the guy can't stop scoring. What's his name? Is it Adams?
Ched Adams.
Yeah, Adams.
What's it called? Hudson Style or whatever his name is. He's doing a brilliant job now because what's it called? They're motoring up the table.
Oh wait, who? Hudson Style?
Ralph.
Hudson, not the one. Man said Hudson Style like it's German.
Where's he from? Anyway? Isn't he German?
The way you say it with a German accent. Hudson Style. My God.
There you are. That's it.
I
say it how I see it. Anyway, but he's doing a wonderful job because earlier in the season there was talk about what's it called, him getting sacked. But
I actually believe he's a good manager. I actually believe, but I've sat back and I've looked at it for a while. I believe Spurs should go for him.
But the problem is Spurs won't. That's the thing. They won't. Spurs.
No. But
if Conte walks, you mean?
If Conte goes, they should go for him because he would transform Spurs. Well, when I mean transform Spurs, he would get more out of those guys. He would get more out of those guys.
And that's what happened.
Because look at Southampton, man. Look how the team has been persistent with for a while, and Southampton are actually an established side in the Prem. He will definitely get more of them.
The only thing that might frighten Spurs or the fans or whatever is what happened with Nuno. So what's it called? They might not want to go down that road, even though Ralph is a better manager. But what's it called? I think Then again, Nuno with with Wolves got them a higher finish than what Ralph's done at at Southampton. So I think they'd be a bit scared. But moving quickly to Norwich there, they had their little run of I think it was a back-to-back wins where we thought that, well, not we, but they thought that they could maybe try and do a great escape.
How you deny them like that? I said, not we. You said the one that rise. Now they lose. You said it. Now they lose. Let's say, they thought.
All I said is
That's a reject right there.
Yellow. When I had my yellow shirt on that time, it looked like yellow flights of recovery, the daffodils, springs in the air. But I'm afraid winter came back quickly. Or was it Storm Eunice that's blown them back down the table? But anyway, there you go. Still, for me, Norwich, I think they're definitely gone. It looks like the fight's gone again for them. Then we move over to another team that's in free fall for months now. It's Brentford versus Newcastle. Newcastle on a different level nowadays. They're one of the form teams of the Premiership. Howe's done a wonderful job there.
Did you see the lineup for Newcastle? I looked at the lineup for Newcastle. This lineup is crap. I thought this lineup was so crap.
When you look at the names, names there, how does that? Is it the Brazilian guy still not start? He's wondering, did my agent make a big howler? Because how you tell me I cannot start in this rubbish team, even though they're doing wonderful? The man's been benched from the start since he's come. It's a disgrace. I sound like Drogba.
He has Joe Linton and Willock. Like it's bad the way he's got them playing. You know, he's got them playing football. It's crazy. I don't understand.
He's got Joe Linton turned into the what's it called? Into the black dirt cow.
You beat me to that. Well done.
Because that's what it is. That's what's keeping this Bruno out of the team.
Wow.
How are you gonna tell me that guy's got a quality? I mean, potential, and even he plays games, and he can't even start in this Newcastle team. You got Murphy. My goodness, look at the names.
Well done to the manager, though. Well done to the manager.
You have to give plaudits too, because he was under pressure from day one, especially once the new owners came in. So for me, Newcastle, what they can look at is upwards and upwards. Brentford are sweating every week. They're sweating, and it wasn't helped by getting the player sent off after 11 minutes.
Yeah, Brentford are a bit a bit top turvy, like they up and down.
They're like Leeds as well. They're a bit like Leeds. They love the manager so much. The manager's not under pressure because he got them to the Holy Land. So that's why he's not under pressure, Mr. Frank.
But they need to invest.
Ericsson playing that game. I didn't.
He came on. Well done for mentioning that. Still, what's it called? Well done to see Ericsson back there playing there. Still, well done. Good A40. He came on as a substitute in the second half, and he got a great standing ovation from all sections of the crowd.
I'm happy for him. I don't know why the Italian. I mean, for me, he's a medical. For me, I feel like if once they, I don't know how the thing works, but if they implant the device in you, I'm guessing that such thing wouldn't happen again, basically.
Well, if your heart stops, somehow it just kicks in and and it brings back the rhythm or something. That's what it does.
Yeah.
So I'm not a heart surgeon myself. We don't want to go into medical science. But hopefully, if our former person was here, he might have helped us. But we'll leave that anyway.
Yeah, but well done to Ericsson anyway.
Well done, Dan. Hopefully, he still can have a few more years of playing, maybe 4 to 5. And then we go on to say that moving on to another game there. Palace are involved in quite a few draws nowadays. If they're not winning, I mean, if they're not losing, they're drawing. But it was still a good point for Burnley. I think they're unbeaten in now 4 games, or was it 5 games? So Burnley is still showing good fight. You can't win every game anyway, so that's a good point more for Burnley.
But Palace is safe though. Yeah, Palace is safe.
But they're safe.
Didn't they beat Watford the other day for something, didn't they?
Which is where you can get your guarantees there still. So for me, Burnley, if they can show a bit more fight, well done to them. And then we'll move on to is it Old Trafford or is it Old Trafford? The way that they play, it could be Old Trafford. Anyway, let's not spend too long on this team anyway, because once again, we always do. But this time permitting, thank God, we won't spend too much time on them. Once again, it's toothless attack.
No. I don't think
toothless. It's not scoring.
Guys, they're unbeaten in 8 games now.
It means nothing, my friend. It means nothing. Stop rubbish.
Do you want to see what the score lines are about unbeaten? Every game's a struggle at United.
I know you would say draws. But
the likes of Arsenal and Spurs have caught them.
Look at them. In fact, you say 8 games. It's even longer than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. United are actually unbeaten in 11 games. But out of those 11 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 wins, 6 draws.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
And then the wins came against Leeds. That's a guarantee. Against Brighton at home, okay, cool, a good result. Against West Ham, that's a good result. Against Brentford, and then against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. So
the only one for me, the only one that wasn't very good was the game against West Ham, because they're high up in the table. The other teams
and they're fighting for top 4. Yeah,
but for me, once again, you have to question the lineup there. Why 2 defensive midfielders at home?
Why was Sancho dropped? Why was Sancho dropped? He's been picking up.
There you go, the one that's been informed. So for me, Maguire being dropped was good because it didn't. They kept the clean sheet and they looked much better.
About time he needed to get dropped.
But for me, my last bit on this one, my last bit on this fixture is if you can only get 1 point from a possible 6 against Watford, you don't deserve to finish in the top 4.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my last bit. Anyway,
so who's going to finish in the top 4?
I told you,
right? Surely not.
Well, they're definitely not favourites. Arsenal favourite anyway, because obviously.
No, don't try jinx it. Hey, Liverpool.
Anyway,
don't put your mouth in my.
Arsenal not favourites.
You're not in top 4. Are you fighting for top 4? Are you fighting for top 4?
One thing I would say.
I'm saying, is Liverpool fighting for top 4?
Who?
Nah, they guaranteed top 4.
Are you playing Liverpool? Are you guys fighting for top 4?
Forget that one.
Exactly. So don't talk about Arsenal there. Shout it. Don't talk about.
Nah. Don't be shaking. Don't be shaking.
Don't talk about.
But anyway, let's move on quickly to the next game there, because we don't want to mention Arsenal because they didn't even really play anyway. So we did play midweek.
We
played in midweek.
We did play midweek.
Well done for. Let's just quickly mention. Well done for taking out the teeth from Wolves over 2 weeks. They had no more power. You rip the teeth from their mouth, and they're so sour, so weak. They're now losing games left, right, and center, and conceding. You made them so weak. That might be the end of their so-called outside chances of finishing top 5 in the top 4 there. The Europa place will be good for them anyway.
No, definitely. But they're bound to go through dips anyway. So
of course, because who are they anyway?
Exactly.
Moving on to Brighton versus Villa. I mean, Gerrard was under a bit of pressure, not real pressure, but this pressure just to.
He needed to win that game. He needed to win that game.
Yeah, and it was a nice victory over Brighton. As we say, Brighton is either they win. I mean, either they draw or lose. That's what Brighton's mantra is. So well done to Villa.
Villa game. I'm waiting for the game against Everton to see Lampard and Gerrard on the touchline.
Well, who? Lampard and Gerrard.
Yeah.
That'd be good. And he's even Lampard against Klopp there after his lack of respect last time there when he was at Chelsea and telling Klopp to do using all sorts of words underneath the sun there still, as we don't need to be using them here. But moving on to Sunday there, we had West Ham, the battle for 4th place there, and outside 4th place Wolves there. As I said, West Ham needed to win that game because they played quite a few games more than people that they're up against there still. So they needed to get that win, and well done to them. Wolves, as I said, Arsenal have taken out Wolves' teeth, and Wolves haven't got nothing left to bite now still. So
it's just a dip.
It's a dip there, but anyway, at this stage of the season, Wolves would have taken where they are. Bruno Lange has been wonderful anyway. So
my team of the season.
Yeah. So definitely, we're moving on to that still. I think that rounds up the fixtures of the weekend anyway. Well, we could just do a bit, just a slight minute or two about the politics there. What's going on in Ukraine, and then what's happening with Russia there. We feel for the Ukrainian people, and hopefully, you can get through this, and Russia and Putin can get pushed back, and then anyway. But for once, I mean, FIFA they were at Snell's place to finally try and make a decision on banning or suspending Russia football there, and anything and Belarus as well, which I agree with. Which you have to be done there still, because you can't be having that. Even Poland, Czech Republic or whoever it was saying that whoever FIFA try and cloak and dagger Russia without being with the flag or anthem, you can't have it with what's going on with people dying left, right, and center. So for me, FIFA finally came to the right decision, even though it took a week almost or whatever. So hopefully Ukraine, you can come through this. What's it called? It won't be easy, but stay strong there. And what about what about the what's it called? Roman Abramovich on them. What's it called? Giving up the reins temporary there still.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the whole charity giving to sporting director. I don't understand that.
Talking about him as well. He's just got involved in that Russia thing. He said he's gonna get involved in.
Yeah, he's gonna try and be a peacekeeper.
Yeah, so it's a good thing, you know. Football is only gonna bring and generate people together anyway.
Well,
so
we'll see how it goes. It's not easy. They've already kicked out Spartak Moscow from the Europa League anyway. They went earlier today. So and the thing is, for me, nothing against. I mean, you have to say what's it called. It has to be every sport. So tennis, like the new number one there, Medvedev, he might not be able to be allowed to be play tennis, even though it's an individual sport. It's the same thing. Sport is sport, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, but I'm just going to put a little twist to this. And obviously, I know my condolences to people dying in Ukraine and stuff. But this shouldn't end there. I just want to bring light to two things. One, first of all, to the racism that even in war, people still find time to be racist to black people.
Can you imagine?
Not allowing Nigerians to go through the borders into Poland. That's shocking. And I've seen so many videos now, so it's not me speculating. Just you see like a lady with a 2-month-old baby, and she can't make that. And then I want to say another thing.
You want help, Ukraine. You want help, and that's what you're doing as well.
And Ukraine, exactly. You're not telling the Polish borders like, let these people free as well. So that's a bit. It's a bit techie, and then the other one
it's important because that comes back to like the 1940s and 1950s or whatever on the back of the bus if you're lucky. But
exactly. And then the other thing I'm going to say is with FIFA and with regards to football. Now, when it comes to Ukraine, when it comes to like is happening in Europe, the people they teams, everybody carrying flags. But when things were happening in Palestine and all these countries and Iran, nothing like that. No flags were being carried. So basically, it's only when it happens in the West, like in Europe and stuff, then want to say, people are dying, like because their lookalikes are dying. Sorry to say, now it's fine. When people have been dying in other countries in Middle East, there's been nothing. There's been nothing from the world.
What's it called?
It should be equal for everyone.
It should be equal for everyone. Also, what AY Footy said, there's a lot of money involved and stuff there still. And the politics, as you know what you're saying, as you said, the Western is a bit closer and stuff. So definitely, we don't want to see it at all in any country being being attacked by neighbors or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully, it comes to an end very soon still, and we'll see how we'll keep an eye on that still. But moving back quickly to football tussle there still. We got midweek FA Cup games there. Normally we don't have FA Cups in the midweek, but we expect all the big boys to win. You got Peterborough versus City. City should win that. You got Luton versus Chelsea. Chelsea to win that. Liverpool Norwich there. So Liverpool to win that. And then you got Middlesbrough versus Spurs. And you expect Spurs to win that. And then you've got a few other games there. You got a big one. You got a tough one there. Southampton versus West Ham. So both teams should go for it because they're both safe from relegation and have a good cup run. But once again, we sign off with thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Share the word there and spread it as well. And do everything. Subscribe, like, comment.
Thank you.
What about you, A Footy and Grand Champ, what do you want to say before we quickly sign off?
They know what to do. They know what to do.
Thank you for watching.